everyone, and today we're going to be talking about cleaning your hairbrushes the right way, because I have been surfing the internet recently and have noticed a lot of information that is incorrect out there. Like a lot. And it makes me
really angry.
Actually, it just makes me kind of sad because your brushes deserve so much better. In reality, some of these brushes cost a bomb, and the advice that I'm seeing out there would definitely ruin some of these brushes. So we're going to be covering cleaning all types of brushes: plastic, nylon, wood, ceramic, and your natural boar bristle brushes. Boar bristle brushes. Boar bristle brushes. Boar hair bristle brushes. Boar hair bristle brushes. Look, you gotta take care of these brushes so you can have them forever. Also, if you keep your brushes in good shape, your hair will be too. We are gonna be starting with extracting the hair from your brushes because yes, even at this point, you could be ruining your brushes. Removing hair is the first step in cleaning your brushes. Pro tip, if you are a regular brush cleaner, let's say every week, roll the hair into a ball and take a picture of it with your phone so you can log hair fall every week. It's really helpful if you are suffering from hair fall, or if you want to track this for any reason, or you're just interested in how much hair you lose every week. There are a lot of tools that extract it. I have 4 here. They all have their use cases, but I probably would want you to avoid, most of all, the pintail comb or rat tail comb, whatever you call it, and this little rake thing here. It looks like it's built for raking leaves rather than hair. Get rid of that. Why, you say? You don't want to be pushing stiff plastic teeth through your brush because you can pull out some of the bristles on your brush. You can also loosen some of the epoxy tips that you have at the end of your brush, and that will damage it as well. The rake again can be too aggressive, especially on some of those boar hair brushes. I have tried it. I think it just scratches the brush a little bit too much. And also, I wouldn't risk this pulling off some of the epoxy tips that are at the end of brushes as well. So I don't really know why you would risk it. Some of my brushes have epoxy tips on the end, even some of the boar hair brushes that I have, and some of my detangling brushes as well. So I really don't want to ruin them by pulling off some of these, raking it through. It just doesn't seem worth it. Now, these 2 tools are perfect for pulling out hair. These are nylon bristle brushes that can help ease hair out pretty easily. And this cleaning brush by Kent is much gentler at the tip to help pull out some of the hair if you've got kind of densely packed hair into your brush. So it works for that. And you can pretty much get these things off of Amazon. So nylon bristle brushes will just help you ease out some of that hair much better than this kind of tool or this kind of tool. But if you were going to use a rat tail comb, make sure that it's plastic tipped rather than metal tipped. Next, we have the actual cleaning of your brushes. Now, I have noticed a lot of people on social media saying that you should use boiling hot water on your brushes, and if it's not obvious, please don't do that. You are literally melting your hairbrush. Although nylon bristled brushes and ceramic coatings can sustain a lot of heat depending on the nylon and on the coating, it's not a great idea. And boar hair bristle brushes, that is an absolute no. Like, no. Use lukewarm water. It works just as well, and you save your brushes. I have my tray full of warmish water, and I now am going to add some baby shampoo to the water and swirl it around just to awaken the surfactants so I can get to cleaning. The reason why I'm using baby shampoo here is it's gentle. It will clean the oils and the residue that are left in the brushes. It doesn't break the bank. I see so many people using the really expensive shampoos to do this, and you do not need to do that. That is a total waste of money. Like, save that nice shampoo for your hair. You don't need it to clean your brushes. Baby shampoo will do the trick. I don't know where, I don't know how, but somebody thought it was a good idea to mix apple cider vinegar and baking soda to clean hairbrushes. I honestly don't know where this came from. With baking soda, glues can break down over time, which can dull the coating on your brush. It can make natural fibers like wood and boar bristle brittle over time. And with apple cider vinegar, it can also loosen epoxy and glue over time. It can weaken surfaces over time as well and dry out the natural fibers like wood or boar hair bristles. So we don't want to do that either. I'm not saying that if you use any of these ingredients that you're suddenly going to have your brush completely broken. That's not going to happen. I'm just saying that over time, this will erode the brush. So why risk it? This is like the takeaway from this video. Why risk it?
Why?
Now, scrubbing, I tend to scrub my hairbrushes with a very old but clean toothbrush. I actually specifically buy toothbrushes just to clean those hairbrushes, so I can remove any oils or dirt or residue that's in those brushes. Just make sure that toothbrush is very clean and you don't use that on your teeth. It's specifically for cleaning your brushes. And a toothbrush is really fine for cleaning your brushes. It works perfectly, it can work in between bristles. It's really perfect. If this doesn't remove everything, just repeat it again. If you're doing this once a week, the buildup should come straight off. It shouldn't be too bad anyway. If you're leaving your brush for months, you're probably gonna need to spend more time cleaning it. Okay, I have seen people leave their hairbrushes in hot water and just leave them there to soak and then just get back to them later. Nylon and plastic are fairly water resistant, but any glue that is sitting in water for any long periods of time, it can weaken it. Boar bristles can also swell. Having a whole bunch of water in them all the time like this, you'll find a whole bunch of boar bristle companies that make brushes. They say, don't do this. Don't let your brush soak in hot water. You know, it's gonna ruin the boar bristles, it's gonna ruin the wood. Please don't do this to your brush. If you're dabbing your brush just in that baby shampoo water mix and then scrubbing it, it's gonna be absolutely fine. If you're washing your brushes with a handle that's got some coating on it, then scrub that off. I wouldn't even soak a ceramic brush in water over time, just in case there was any glue holding on the handle or anything like that. After removing the hair and scrubbing the brush with your water and baby shampoo mix, you need to rinse your brush and then you're gonna dry your brush. And this should happen really quickly after you've washed them. I like to use a microfiber towel and clean in between the bristles as much as I can. Ideally, anything will do. I just find a microfiber towel better. It just works better for not catching any of the bristles. Once you've dried your brush with a microfiber towel, you can let it air dry. I would recommend that you dry your brush with the bristles facing downwards. And I have a little trick for this. You can wrap your brush handle to secure it with the bristles facing down, but I wouldn't want to warp the bristles or bend them, so I always make sure there's a little bit of distance between the brush and the surface so none of the bristles can get bent. I just kind of slot them into the towel and let them drip down dry. You don't want any water to sit in the brush handle. You don't want any water to sit inside the pad of the brush. And this way, just excess water is going to find its way out of the brush. And there you have it. Your brush is sparkling new. And if you found this helpful, why not check out any of my videos that might help you on your journey to gorgeous hair. See you in the next video.